Hello, hello, hello. Good night and welcome to 88.5 Soufriere FM. It's now time for Let's Connect with me, your host, Reneata Dusauzay. I want to say good night to everybody who is locked on to our program every Tuesday night. We want to apologize for not having a program last week, Tuesday. We were preparing for Easter distribution within the Soufriere constituency, and it was all hands on deck, including myself. So we had to unfortunately postpone our show. We do want to apologize for that. I hope that too many people did not miss us too badly. I want to welcome those of you joining us on our Facebook live chat, those of you joining us on our YouTube. Thank you so very much for always keeping it locked to Let's Connect on 88.5 Soufriere FM. We've had quite an eventful year so far, 2024. And right now we've started the month of April. Today is the 2nd of April. So I want to wish a happy new month to everybody. Wish a happy week to everybody. Hope that so far everything is going smoothly for you. We want to shout out our various communities around Soufriere. We want to say good night to you in Fossajac. If you're in Fossajac, hope the weather is not treating you too badly. It might be a bit chilly tonight, but it has been so hot the last few days. I'm sure it is welcome right now to be feeling chilly. If you're in Bouton, you might be feeling a bit of a chill as well. Good night to you guys in Bouton. Want to shout out everybody in Etangs. If you're in Chateau Bel Air, Forgelib, want to say good night to those of you at Myers Bridge, those of you in Sulphur Springs, good night. Those of you at Diamond, I want to send a special good night to you. If you're in Crestland, if you're in Colabet, if you're in Zeno, good night, good night. Good night to everybody all around in the outskirts of Soufriere. Good night to those of you in New Development and Palmis. Good night to Fort Beignet. I want to say good night to everybody in town. Good night to Boulevard Street. Good night to Market Road, Lenny's Hill. Good night to Barras Drive. Hope everybody is having a good evening so far. We have a few topics to cover tonight. I'm hoping that we're going to have, as usual, a very engaging co-host, which is you, our listeners, those of you especially on our Facebook live chat. We hope that you're here with us and you're ready to be a part of the conversation. Tell me about your weekend. Tell me about things that have occurred. Let me know if there are things on the program that you would like us to cover, if there are topics you would like us to include, things you would like us to discuss. This is your show as well. We want to connect with you, the people of Soufriere, the people of St. Lucia, those of you joining us from overseas. Good night to Fancy Bowens in St. Vincent, always locked onto our program, has been there since day one. We want to say good night to you, Miss Carolyn Bob. I want to say good night to the Jean family in Etangs, always locked onto our program as well. We do appreciate you and we do wish everyone a wonderful evening. I hope that your Easter weekend was great. I specifically had a very restful one. I did not leave the house for 4 days. I was home and enjoying the relaxation. And let me know how you spent your Easter weekend. I would love to know as well. We want to say good night to anybody who celebrated their birthdays within the last 2 weeks. Birthdays, anniversaries. Hope that you celebrated well. Good night to you, Miss Tika. I know you celebrated your birthday today, Tika from town. So happy birthday to you. I want to say condolences to those of you who recently lost loved ones, persons who are also ill. We ask our prayer warriors to put your hands and set up a healing prayer for them. We want to make sure everybody is covered under the blood of Jesus and that we might have warmer days, better days, brighter days coming ahead of us. So that's our wish for you here from the Let's Connect family. All right. We want to also remind persons of the funeral of Marie Fontinelle, or better known as Titi Joan of Church Street, is taking place tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. at the Catholic Church. Please attend if you are able, 2:30 p.m. We want to make sure that all persons are aware of the various activities happening in and around our community of Soufriere. We want to send out greetings to you from your district rep, Honorable Emma Hippolyte. She did send out her Easter greetings over the weekend. You can find one of her Easter messages on our Soufriere constituency group Facebook page. Please make sure you are following the various pages of the constituency, including the Soufriere Council, the Soufriere constituency group, the Soufriere Foundation, the SMMA, the PMA, all the various organizations within Soufriere so that you can keep abreast with information that is happening, as well as the various schools. I do believe most of the schools, Soufriere Infant, Soufriere Secondary, Etangs, Buto, most of the schools and the youth groups have a Facebook page or have an Instagram if you prefer to use Instagram. So those of you who are on social media, those of you who are able to connect in that fashion, we urge you to keep abreast with the various pages. Make sure you are aware of what's going on within the community because you never know what's going to happen. You don't want to be left out. We don't want anybody to not know something that is vital to you. Okay, we had the COVID relief program, and we had encouraged persons such as market vendors, fishermen, farmers to pay attention to it and to apply. And it had ended in January, and we are now in April, but in March, several persons were coming in to only ask about it, saying they had only been told about it then. And that's 2 months after it had already cut off. So we urge you, keep abreast with the vital information. And when you hear the information, when you hear good news, spread the good news, pass on the good news. Don't be afraid to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a family member, to just tell somebody, hey, I heard something. I might not know all the information. Please visit this place, go to this person, they can give you more information. We don't want you to miss out on the opportunities. Similarly, we were speaking a lot about the grand opening of Ascension International in Soufriere. We had the owner here on our program. She was on several other programs, including here on 88.5 on local news. And there was a job fair. There are persons who did not attend the job fair and who are now asking information. We want you to stay abreast with what is happening within the community so you don't miss out. I also want to put out a notice for persons who won throughout the year our giveaways with the $50 grocery vouchers. The vouchers will expire. I am urging those of you who won to please come in to collect your vouchers. All the vouchers are in hand. You can contact us at 731-3234, or you can visit the Soufriere constituency office so that we can get you your voucher. Please, we do not want the vouchers to expire without you collecting them. There are still a few in my hands. I am urging those of you who won throughout the months of January, February, and March to please come in to collect your grocery vouchers. All right. Good night to you, Miss Bowens. She says good night to everyone from Big Gutter Fancy St. Vincent. She's always here. That's very true. Having an enjoyable Easter weekend. One of her nieces was laid to rest on Saturday. Please accept our sympathy, Miss Bowens. This year has been very trying for us in terms of a lot of loved ones, and we seem to be having that in common with everybody. But I'm hoping for brighter days, as I said earlier in the program, brighter days to come ahead for us in 2024. Good night to you, Miss Philomena Lamontine, joining us from Bouton. Good night to you, Antonia Herman. Good night to you, Miss Emmanuel, keeping it locked all the way from Brooklyn. Thank you so very much for joining us, Classy Willow. We do enjoy having everybody on our program. Good night to you, Christy Boo. Thanks for joining us on Let's Connect. All right. So recently there was a lot of awareness being spoken of in terms of the disease endometriosis. So we just want to give some brief information on endometriosis for persons who may or may not be suffering or who may know somebody, and this information may just save a life. So endometriosis is a disorder in which tissue similar to the tissue that lines the uterus grows outside of the uterus. Okay, so that's the basic of what it is, but it comes with various symptoms. It treats different persons differently. It is something that only affects women. So we want to encourage our women, if you have symptoms such as painful periods, heavy bleeding, or painful bowel movements, or even trouble getting pregnant, you may want to get checked for endometriosis. There is treatment available in terms of treating the pain, and also there's some surgical options available for some persons, especially when it comes to assisting with fertility issues. So we want to encourage persons who women specifically who have issues with their menstrual cycle in terms of heavy bleeding, pain, discomfort, anything that does not seem normal or it does not seem to be what others are suffering with when it comes to that time of the month, encourage you to get checked. We have several health centers where you can go and speak to our wonderful nurses and nurses aides who can assist you with more information. There are pamphlets available. Google is your best friend. TikTok is also like a secondary Google. Find the information, Google your symptoms, type it in. If you need any assistance, there's assistance available for you. You can always visit us at our constituency office. You can also visit the Soufriere Hospital. We also have the Fossa Jacques Health Center and the Etongs Health Center, which are very, very wonderful resources as well. So, endometriosis awareness, we want to make sure that you are aware that this is a chronic disease. It is associated with severe life impacting pain during periods, during sexual intercourse, even bowel movements as well. So, if this sounds like you, or sounds like somebody you know, sounds like a woman in your life, your mother, sister, aunt, please encourage them to go to get some sort of specific diagnosis, and therefore we can lead to treatment. So we want to encourage persons to look into your check on yourself. Please, we want to encourage persons to focus on some form of self-awareness and self-checking. All right. So also in terms of health wise, we want to encourage persons to stay hydrated. If you've noticed, it has been extremely hot lately. Please shower often, wet your skin, drink lots of water, stay hydrated. Try to avoid alcohol if possible. Please try to remain indoors if unless completely necessary that you go outdoors. Try to not be as physically active in the outdoors, in the heat, in the direct sunlight as you usually would, and also pay attention to your skin. Just because you are not a white person or you are not an American or you're a St. Lucian does not mean you cannot be affected by the sun when it comes to your skin. Please check on these things. You can get sunburned easily these days. It is that hot. That is what it is right now. So please, we encourage persons, stay hydrated, stay safe. Please take care of yourself. Do not do the usual things you would think you can do because of the heat. Think about it. Please do not put yourself into a situation where you endanger your health or the health of other persons simply by not being safe. So stay hydrated. Keep indoors as much as possible. Restrict your outdoor physical activity as much as possible, if possible. And also take note of you can check on your blood pressure as well. These are the type of things we encourage you to do during this time. We want you to pay attention to the way the weather is affecting you. I've seen persons who never believed they could get sunburn, persons who did not think that they would get headaches, they would get dizzy. Please, we are trying to safeguard you as much as possible by encouraging you to do these things. Simple tips, simple things: drink water, take more showers, stay indoors as much as possible, and try to avoid the alcohol and anything too sweet to affect your blood sugar. These are the type of things you need to pay attention to. All right. Encouraging that. We also ask, and for those of you joining us late, please share with us information about your weekend. Let us know if you have anybody you want to shout out, any special persons you would like to call out tonight, anything you would like, any message you would like to share, anywhere you would like us to take the show tonight, maybe for a 5 minute detour that you want us to cover, speak about, any questions that you have as we go along the program. Feel free to share with us on our Facebook live chat. We welcome you tonight to our Let's Connect program. Good night to you, Miss Cheryl William. Good night, Calixta Joseph. Good night to you, Miss Carolyn Bob and Rufus Andre. Thank you so very much for joining us on our program. All right. We want to congratulate the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation on hosting their parenting program. And we are it's so wonderful to see so many of the agencies within Soufriere holding these conferences, workshops for parents. And we do believe that everything starts at home. When we have proper parenting in place, it leads to better educational systems, leads to better morals in the community, leads to less crime and less violence. So I'm happy to see that the foundation has taken that step. And I do know that some of the other agencies, including some of the schools, the district education office, they're taking steps as well to introduce these type of programs. And we encourage it, we welcome it, we want to see more of it. I encourage persons in the community, whether you're a parent or not, so long as you're going to be interacting with children, this is information that is vital to you, not just as a parent or not. So whether you have kids or not, but you might interact with kids. You might be a teacher, you might be a Sunday school teacher, you might be an aunt, you might have nieces, you might have godchildren, you might be thinking of being a foster parent. You need to know vital information as it comes to parenting. And these are the type of workshops and engagement within the community that we love to see. So we welcome this, and we want to congratulate the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation once again on hosting this special event. Recently, the Ministry of Commerce hosted a cannabis symposium, which included speakers from various islands, including Jamaica, St. Kitts, Antigua, and other islands. And there was wonderful communication and symmetry amongst the islands, and we welcome it because, as we can see, for those of you paying attention within the worldwide community, cannabis, THC, CBD, these are terms that are being spoken about widely, and we encourage others who know more about the industry to get more involved in the industry. And hopefully, by the time we are ready for it, we have enough persons well versed within our society that can help us take this industry and bring it to a place where we can benefit, everybody can benefit from it financially, economically, socially, all ways that we can, medically, especially because CBD has been doing wonderful things worldwide, globally, in all frameworks. I want to also encourage persons who have not seen it that the BBC has a wonderful documentary called Charlotte's Web. I believe the documentary is called Charlotte's Web, or it speaks about Charlotte's Web, a young girl named Charlotte who suffers with multiple seizures on a daily basis, and the work with CBD, which has greatly improved on her life. There are similar documentaries available via Netflix as well, if you have Netflix. But if you are able to, you can do a lot of research online on CBD and its benefits, THC and its benefits. And it's wonderful to see that we can have regional symposiums in St. Lucia and that we can host it and be able to have this type of conversation with other places that have gone beyond us and can help guide us into that same direction. So once again, congratulations to the Ministry of Commerce and the Cannabis Task Force. Also within the Ministry of Commerce, the MSME has officially reopened phase two, or I should say part two, of the micro, small, medium enterprise micro, small, medium enterprise grant loan facility, which is encouraging persons to apply for the second round, which started officially in April, which we're officially in April, and the deadline will be the 30th, 31st, either the 30th or the 31st of this month. I just want to make sure. But there is going to be a second information session. There already was a first one last week. So if you missed the information session, so the MSME loan grant information session will also be reoccurring this week, Thursday on April 4th from 10 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. The Zoom link is currently available on the Ministry of Commerce Facebook page. Also, if you're interested in getting that link, I can send it to you. You can check me out at 731-3234 for more information on that. I can send you the flyer as well as the Zoom link for the information session so you can get more information. But the MSME team from the Ministry of Commerce has also put together an information packet which is available for download as well from Ministry of Commerce Facebook page. As well, I can also send you that link for that package, so you will be able to get information as to the checklist for what you need for that grant loan facility, which would include the application form, your business certificates, your registration certificate, a copy of that. You would need a utility bill in your name. If you do not have a utility bill in your name, there are facilities to work around that as well. So you can get that information. Also, you would need a business plan with financial projections, and all other information that you would require is there on the information package. But like I said, you can also access the Zoom, where you can also ask questions and get more information as to what is available to you, how you are eligible. Persons eligible have to be between the age of 31 and 60 years old. The business must be registered, as I said. All right, so we do want persons to understand that this is a grant loan facility. So it is a combination where you have 70% grant, 30% loan, and the interest rate is 3%, and there's no collateral needed. All right, so the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise loan grant facility is officially open from today, Tuesday, April 2nd, until Tuesday, the 30th of April. And you can access either $10,000, $20,000, or $25,000 based on how many years your business has been in operation. So if you're a new business just starting out, you would be only eligible for up to $10,000. There are restrictions, I mean, in terms of what you can access the funds for. So you can get funds for raw materials for products that you're creating. You can get assistance with purchasing equipment for the business, and also you can get assistance with different, depending on the business. So if your business needs something very specific, like for example, if you're, this is just an example. This is not to say that this is part of what is available, but if your business was very heavily dependent on being mobile and needing a vehicle, depending on that type of business and what was available based on the information you present, you might be able to get that assistance in terms of a vehicle. But this is not a guarantee. Like I said, just an example. If you have something very specific, for example, a photographer would very specifically need a camera, that sort of thing. A baker very specifically might need a specific type of mixer. So depending on what your business requirements are, they can work with you to see what you are eligible for based on the information you provide. There is several assistance factors being put together in terms of helping persons to apply and to prepare their business plan. So like I said, don't miss out on the Zoom meeting, which will be taking place, so once again, on Thursday this week, Thursday, April 4th at 10 a.m. You can get the Zoom link on the Ministry of Commerce Facebook page, or you can ask for it from me at 731-3234. That is the number for the Soufriere constituency office. Or you can visit me at the office and we can have a conversation where we can see what it is that can be done for you this time around for the second running of the MSME loan grant facility. All right. So once again, if you have any questions as we go along, anything you'd like to share, if you know of anybody who has benefited from the MSME loan grant facility and you'd like to give a testimonial, feel free to do so in our Facebook Live right now. We will read it out on air for you. If you have any concerns regarding this loan grant facility and you'd like to have a conversation on it, now is the time. We encourage you to do so as well. We want to take the time to encourage our Soufriere residents as well as our island-wide listeners in terms of Soufriere Jazz. Soufriere Jazz, the experience is coming up, and we want to make sure that you guys are aware. I've been asking persons to make sure you book your rooms early. My rooms are not available for rent. Letting you know now, do not call me on the day before Jazz. Do not call me on May 4th and ask me if I have a room for rent. I have been asking you to rent your room since March. So please, Soufriere Jazz, the ultimate experience, is back, taking place on Sunday, May 5th, 2024. And we have a wonderful lineup coming for you. Headliner Taurus Riley. We have other performers such as Nyla Blackman, Skinny Fabulous, Teddison John, Ricky T, Rob Z. Taylor, DYP. We have our very own Donaton performing, as well as Future Lights and Selwina. So do not miss Soufriere Jazz. Okay, we're going to have a wonderful mix of jazz, soca, lovers rock, reggae. So it's going to be wonderful vibes and entertainment for everybody. Early bird tickets are currently on sale right now for $100. So please do not stay back. We want you to fill up the stadium, the Supreme Stadium, for Soufriere Jazz Day experience May 5th. All right, so we still have some time. We're in April. It's very soon going to be exactly a month away. So we ask you, get ready early, book your rooms, get your outfits on lock. You can wear something you have already. Don't let anybody make you believe you have to go and spend the money and buy new clothes. If they haven't seen you wear it in over a year, it's new. Okay, take my word for it. Go and book your. The room is the more important thing. Make sure you have a place to stay the night and get your ticket for jazz. That's the two main things you need right now. We're not looking at clothes, we're not looking at shoes, we're not looking at anything else. Just show up for the vibes, okay? It's gonna be vibes on vibes on vibes. We encourage all of you to be there at Soufriere Jazz, May 5th, 2024, Soufriere Mini Stadium. All right. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you there. If you see me, don't be a stranger. Say hello. Please note I am blind. You might shout me and I will not see who you are. You need to come up to me and say hello. Okay, so say hi, don't be shy. All right, good night to you, Hyacinth Mesmin. All right, thank you for joining us on our Let's Connect program. We do hope that you are having a wonderful evening as well. All right. Last week we had community sports. We want to say congratulations to Foster Jack, the winning community. Next year, I want to see more communities out there for sports. We have so many wonderful athletes, and the wonderful thing is about these type of sporting activities. There's no age limit. There's no fitness level requirement. It is all about community participation. We want to give a special shout out to the Soufriere Youth and Sports Council. They did a wonderful job in organizing the event. So big up to you guys. And we encourage you to try and get out more of our community patrons. We want more of you out there on the field. Come next year for community sports. Kudos to the organizers for this year's event. Wonderfully put, wonderfully executed. So good night and good night to the Soufriere Youth and Sports Council. We want to say good night to those of you on the planning committee for all these wonderful events taking place within Soufriere. You guys are doing a wonderful job. So we want to give you guys a big shout out tonight. And we want more of you to come out next year, once again, for community sports. And we want to see more footage as well. So we want more of our local influencers to come out and record the events, create reels, get the excitement out there for it. So we want to encourage you to do that as well. We want to support the community as much as possible. Whenever we have a community event, everybody wins. The vendors win, the participants win, the community wins. There's less crime when everybody's together. So we want more of that. All right. We want to also take note that there is a lot of empowerment of our youth through these sporting activities. The way I saw so many people come out and show support for specific athletes, and that they can say, I know this child, or I grew up with this child, this is my former neighbor, or this is my mother's sister's cousin twice removed. We show that kind of level of support with people that we know, and it's so wonderful to see when social media is flooded with this type of information during the sporting activities. So we want to encourage you because it's empowering to the athletes, it's empowering to the community, it brings us all together. There's always a ripple effect when these activities are happening. Everybody is in a great mood. Our people are so wonderfully inclined to attend sporting activities. We love cheerleading, we love the music, we love carrying on, we love getting our seeing our wonderful people come together. All right. Also, we want to speak a little bit about the Clash of the Bars, which is taking place. Honorable Emma Hippolyte presents Clash of the Bands. I'm just trying to make sure I get the flyer with the correct date. Don't want to forget it. All right, Clash of the Bars is taking place on the 7th of April. That's this Sunday, 7th of April, 5 p.m. Starts at 5 p.m. at the Soufriere Mini Stadium. Admission is $10 for adults, $5 for children. We have Lots of prizes to be won. That's this Sunday, April 7th. Clash of the Bars, presented by Honorable Emma Hippolyte. This is for non-athletic footballers. So these are, like I said, you don't have to be of a certain fitness level to come out and support these activities. So Clash of the Bars, April 7th, be there at the Soufriere Mini Stadium starting at 5 p.m. Lots of prizes to be won. We want to encourage all the participants to be prepared to have a wonderful time. And you're going to have a wonderfully supportive crowd as well. And we want to make sure that all of you are out there in support of your favorite bar. I'm sure that each bar has their team coming together as well. If you're listening and you know that your team is prepping for the Clash of the Bars on Sunday, let us know so that we can big up your team. Let me know if you're representing a particular bar, if you're representing in a particular color, so that we can come in our supportive color or in our opposite color to support the other team. So let us know which team you're supporting, what color you'll be rocking, so that we can know whether or not we're supporting you or we're coming in with the other teams against you. But it's all going to be all in good fun, wonderful fun. It's always what it is about in terms of competition. It's always fun, clean fun. So that's what we want, and we want everybody to be safe as well. All right. Good night to you, Cleanus Alexander, and good night to you, Lightwinas Gassi. Good night. Good night. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm seeing new names on our program. Don't forget to share when you see that the Let's Connect has gone live. Please share to your WhatsApp, to your Facebook friends. Make sure everybody is aware that the program is on. We try to be on every Tuesday, 8 p.m., so that we can be as informative as possible when it comes to the activities taking place in on and around Soufriere and environs. All right. Okay. I think we're going to be taking one more round of comments from our very, very wonderful Facebook Live audience. If you're with us on Facebook Live, I would love to give you all a shout out, and I would love for you to say hello so that we can say hello back to you. We want to be as interactive as possible on the program. Like I said, if you have anything you'd like us to discuss on our Let's Connect programs, it's all about connecting with you. So we would love to connect with you and let us know what it is that you want to hear about, what it is that you think we're missing out on. Is there something that took place that we did not cover that you would like us to cover maybe in our next program? It might give us the opportunity to bring to you a guest to be able to give you more information on a particular topic. For example, we spoke a little bit about endometriosis tonight and how it affects women, and we encouraged ladies to get themselves checked if they have any of the symptoms of endometriosis. So if you feel like that is something that you want more information on, we can try to get an expert to come in and speak to you on that. If you want to know more about perhaps the heat wave, why it's happening, what you can do to keep safe in the heat wave, we can also try to get that information for you. If you have information that you would like to share on any of the topics we have spoken about, please feel free to let me know in our chat as well. All right. So I did promise that I would read out Honorable Emma Hippolyte's Easter message, which she delivered over the weekend. So I know Easter has passed, but I would like you to hear it since we were not able to give you the show last week Tuesday to give it to you in advance. So from Honorable Emma Hippolyte, a happy and blessed Easter to you and yours. Hope you had a moment to take much needed rest. Also, Easter is a time for deep spiritual reflection. Hope you appreciate the love that Christ has for you. He died for each one of us. Keep praying. All right, so this was the Honorable Emma Hippolyte's Easter message, and we want to thank her for that. She always keeps us in mind, even when she's unable to be here with us in person. Also, she had initially intended to be in office on Friday for half day. But unfortunately, there is a cabinet session called for Friday, so she will not be in office. So there were a few persons. I think I reached out to all of them individually, but just in case I missed anybody who had been informed that they could come in on Friday, we do apologize, but scheduling matters do occur and we had to reschedule. So she will not be in office this week, Friday. We apologize once again for the inconvenience. All right. So we want to once again wish everybody a safe and quiet, hopefully, Tuesday night. And we do hope that you join us next week, Tuesday, for more Let's Connect. And once again, don't be hesitate to reach out to us, especially those of you who won the previous vouchers. We would like you to collect your vouchers as soon as possible so that we do not have to find new vouchers for you because they're going to expire. So your $50 grocery voucher, if you were a winner in the past shows between January to March, please contact me at 7313234 to make arrangements to pick up your voucher. Thank you so very much to everybody. Thank you once again for joining us on Let's Connect. Until next week, thank you so very much.